I had no idea that these charges were being snuck onto my account.
Hundreds of dollars of overcharges. One Austin man says Lime Scooters overcharged him by more than $400 and has yet to reimburse him.
CBS Austin's Christian Flores spoke with that man today. Christian, he is hoping Lime will settle this soon.
Well, this all started when the scooter rider I talked with checked his Lime ride history last night after getting into a crash. He was stunned to find out that he'd been overcharged for months.
Fell into the street on Riverside Drive at like 5:30 rush hour.
Joe Cardillo says his crash on a Lime scooter Monday night was a close call. It started when the scooter malfunctioned and stopped suddenly, throwing him over the handles. He was still bleeding through his jeans when we talked with him today.
I called Lime to tell them, hey, this was a serious malfunction. It could have ended way worse than it did.
That was when he looked into his account.
Initially, just to pull up that ride.
And claims he had been overcharged by more than $400 over the last 4 months. He was charged $100 for one ride that lasted almost 32 hours while traveling 0 feet. 2 other times, Lime charged him almost $60 for rides that lasted more than 6 hours. Cardillo says these were a result of technical difficulties with the app. On top of that, he had been charged a $25 penalty for illegal parking several times, even though he parked where other Limes were parked and never received notifications of these violations.
From what it appears, like they were just had credit card info, and then, they were sneaking these by for months without me noticing.
Cardillo is still waiting for his refunds. Now, he's warning other Lime users to watch their accounts closely.
Open up your apps, go to your ride history, scroll through those rides. 31 hours.
And we reached out to Lime. We're still waiting on a statement, but they did say they are looking into this particular case. Reporting live, Christian Flores, CBS Austin News.
An Austin man is demanding answers after he damaged his car when he ran over a Lime scooter that fell out of a truck. CBS Austin's Christian Flores joins us live tonight. Christian, the scooter actually did a lot of damage.
It really did, because these scooters are just so sturdy. You can imagine the damage it can do to your car if you drive over it. The man we spoke with is hoping Lime will pay for all of the damages to his car.
It was just a big clunk.
That's not something you want to feel when driving, but Wednesday night, that's exactly what JJ Castillo felt. He was driving behind the truck of someone picking up Lime scooters to charge, known as a juicer, when one scooter fell off. Before Castillo could react, he ran it over.
And then I could tell that something was weebly wobbly when I was driving forward.
It bent 2 rims and flattened tires, but there may be more damages. Castillo spent all day today trying to get Lime to pay for repairs.
It was really bad weather conditions that night. You're right, if the scooter had fallen out closer to my car or gotten airborne and gone through my windshield, who knows what.
Austin police are investigating this as a leaving the scene of a crash case because the juicer drove away. Lime officials say they are talking with Castillo and making an insurance claim. One lawyer tells us because juicers are independent contractors, Lime may not be liable for this, but this model could be problematic down the line.
If they're not giving anyone any training, it just says, hey, go out and pick up some scooters, I think that could create even more liability for Lime Scooter in that instance.
Castillo is hoping this gets resolved soon.
I just don't want to be stuck with the bill.
And other drivers be aware when driving behind a juicer.
It is a contractor, an employee for them, an agent, making a mistake and putting every one of us in the way of danger.
And Castillo says he does not yet know if he's going to move forward with any sort of legal proceedings. He first wants to see if Lime will pay for all of his damages before thinking about that next step. Reporting live, Christian Flores, CBS Austin News.
If you walk around the UT campus, you are likely to see students buzzing to and from class on Lime and Bird electric scooters. Now the university is cracking down on where you park them. CBS Austin's Christian Flores shows us how UT plans to make sidewalks safer.
Basically every other day.
That's how often some UT students use the Bird and Lime electric scooters you see scattered all over campus. These scooters have been here less than a year, but have quickly gained popularity among students scrambling to class.
It's nice for those, if it's just far enough away you don't want to bike or walk there, but not far enough that you would take a bus or get a Lyft or an Uber.
Now, UT hopes new rules will mean fewer scooters left on sidewalks and more parked by bike racks. Today, UT Parking and Transportation Services let students know they must dock scooters near or at bike racks and not in the middle of sidewalks or on railings visually impaired students may need.
What we're trying to do is just educate the campus community and get in front of the issue before it gets really big.
And it bothers me just as much when I can't get on a ramp because there's a scooter there.
If they find scooters improperly parked, the school will impound them, then fine the company $150 plus $25 for each day of storage. The company will then handle who pays that fine.
We all have to be a little bit more mindful of how we operate the scooters on campus. We just need to do it in a really safe manner.
Students are willing to follow these rules if for no other reason, so they don't get hit in their pockets.
I'm not paying $150, so yeah, I'm gonna double check and make sure I park in the right spot.
Christian Flores, CBS Austin News.
Both companies say they are working with the university and sending users messages about those new rules.